Hi. There is a science which often interested me from a very long time, but I didn't pay attention to it as much because I muddled things up long back while I was studying feng shui and vastu. They are both they both center around the same thing, art of placing things, but there is a difference. There are fundamental differences which you can study if you find these subjects interesting. What I always look for in things is simplicity, and I found that in vastu. Vastu means, what do you mean vastu? What do you mean by vastu? Vas means to dwell, to stay, to live. So so and so the way you live and how aligned are you with the science of geology is what vastu is. Because if you've aligned yourself to the laws of science, there are good chances that you will be happier. There are things that people say about the benefits, about the advantages of Vastu, getting a lot of money, getting love in your life, getting this, that, whatever be the case, whatever you're looking for. But the core is to stay happy, to feel grounded, and that comes basically when you have your surroundings clutter free and pretty. And things naturally get pretty when they are devoid of clutter. So the first and foremost thing in any science is to see things that are not in use, because things that are not in use do not have energy. And if those things that are not in use are electronic items, they also emit infrared radiation, which will meddle with your health. So all those electronic items that do not work properly, they have to be thrown out pronto. First things first, throw them out. All the other things which are natural, not man-made, natural, like anything which is anything that is of glass, anything that is of clay, anything that is made up of ceramic, but they are broken. If they are broken, they do not have positive energy about them. They block the energy. So first of all those things that are not in use, whether electronic items or anything else, they belong outside your house. They are doing nothing to the house. If at all they are blocking the energy. There has to be a flow of energy. There has to be a movement. A dead person is not put in the showcase for the posterities to see. We just remove them even though we love them. There is only place for living energies in a particular environment, whether it be earth or in our house. The more our house resembles energetically the science of earth, the science of geophenomenons, which I will talk about in a while, better it is. And there are just 2 or 3 rules that you need to remember. The experts tend to give you things in a very dramatic and in a very dramatic way, basically, or maybe it appears dramatic, that the common man or a woman gets confused and feels stupid, and they feel that they know nothing about these things. The only thing they need to remember is that those people who are telling you things, they may have knowledge. The worst thing that they are doing is to not make things simple for you. Okay, so the rules that I was talking about. And today I'm going to talk about Vastu. Vastu means to stay, to dwell. So what is the art of it? Remember 3 rules. There is gravitation force on earth. I've just given this side of it, that is north and east and south part of it, so that you understand. Just a moment. All right. So this is North Pole, and you know that only poles have maximum gravitation pull about them. Okay, we have studied until now, all those people who have studied science, physics, they are aware of the fact that the maximum magnetism uh, is around the pole. So this is the magnetic force. You know that this is just a belief that the pole is here. Earth is tilted towards tilted at the degree of 23.5. So the actual pole lies here because Earth is tilted. And why is it tilted? Why is moon tilted towards Earth? Because it follows it. Earth follows, it is believed, the pole star or the Polaris, which is a part of the Minor Ursa constellation, and we are moon of Polaris, if some may understand things better this way. So the Earth is tilted towards Dhruv Tara. Dhruv Tara is Polaris or the pole star, and the degree is 23.5, and that's where we get all the divine energies from. So the one force is the magnetic force, the other force is the divine force, which also the life's force. That's why we are getting three kinds of forces. So this is north, and between north and this is the east. So third energy that we get is when the sun rises. If the sun doesn't rise, Earth moves towards sun, and that's when we start getting sun radiation. But the ozone layer only lets the good energies filter through onto the Earth. So we start getting that energy from 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock a.m. Right? So we start getting from that particular time, and of course it continues throughout the day. After 3 a.m. you start moving towards east. So the fresh energies, the source of fresh energies are only three: the magnetic force, the North Pole, the divine light or the life force, and the force that we get from the electromagnetic force that we get from sun. So these are the only three paths, the three directions where fresh energy is coming. By the time Earth moves more, we move more towards sun. That is after 9 a.m. sun starts getting harsher and harsher. By the time it is after 12 o'clock and between 4, sun is the harshest. And it is believed that sun would move towards the southeast portion of your house by the time it is 4 and 5, southeast and southwest. Now this is the harshest part of the sun, where there is a lot of infrared lights, gamma rays, sorry. So gamma rays, as we all know, they meddle with our cell functioning and our health gets disturbed. That's why people get skin cancer when they lie around on the beach soaking sun. But what they're soaking also are the wrong rays of sun, not just the good rays. The good rays are something that you get only before 12 in the noon. After that it gets very harsh. So in case your house's southwest portion is open, the first thing that you would do is to close the curtains or block that portion after 12 o'clock. And once, if you're starved of fresh air, you could open that area after 6 o'clock once the gamma rays go down. And please research it on your own. so that you don't feel that it's a part of fiction. It is so much a reality as something, I mean, as it's pretty much a fact. No, I don't even need to use the word pretty much. It's a fact. Please research it on your own, and then you'll find that it is rather easy to know which place would be the best place. The best place would be a place which will have maximum open area between north and east, because that's the portion where you get fresh energies, fresh magnetic energy, fresh life force energy, fresh electromagnetic energy. Beyond that, until the whole circle gets completed, it's only the jaded energy. I have made a very rough sketch because I was doing it in a rush. So this is the North Pole, this is the South Pole. So see it as how things go. North Pole, between north and east, is northeast, and northeast is representative of water element, because the divine, it is only divine thing, it is only 432 frequency that makes water possible on earth, which is not possible anywhere else in the solar system. And so far we don't know of any other system which has a planet having life. So this 432 frequency is something that we get from the northeast portion, and it is representative of water. As water goes more towards sun, there is a lot of life energy. You'll see a lot of water plus heat would mean a lot of life in form of fauna and flora. East is sun. Sun, towards this side of the sun, where there is some degree of low temperatures, you'll get lush green areas. As sun gets harsher, you can visualize a desert area with bushy flora, lot of cactus. So this is how things move. And as it moves into the south zone, there's more and more fire into it. After that, what happens when there is a lot of fire and less of oxygen? There is a lot of soot and ash, and that's why fire turns into earth. What is the color of earth? It is brown. So just as the west portion of the southwest, things are more ashened. As they move more towards the west portion of southwest, it is less dark and more brown, ashened, more brown. And as it moves proper into the completely into the portion of west, what happens? What's west? West means air. You've entered into the zone of air, because once earth gets a lot of open space, it becomes air. And once air comes in contact with north, which is water element, you get a lot of water vapor. You get a lot of water vapor or clouds, a lot of movement. So if I were to secondly put it, northeast portion would be life force, east to south portion would be passion, because it's burning, everything is burning. So if this is blocked, if this portion is not working well, there are blockages, there are toilets there. So what happens? The passion for things dies. It is south, between south and west, which is connected with the earthly things. Earthly things would mean your relationships, because that's what you do on earth, make relationships, and I'm talking about romantic relationships. And then you collect money, you collect wealth. So these things, so if there are blockages there, or if there are conflicting placement of objects, like if there is water element here, obviously the earth will get doused, The fire here would get doused. If here between south and east also, if there is a lot of water, things will get doused. So what you do, you keep things earthy here, you keep things more fiery here. So you have to have your kitchen here, and then towards the west you have a lot of creativity. What do clouds do? They carry water. Water means creativity. So there has to be, if there is some kind of a movement. So if you, for recurring expenses, you can keep your money in the northwest. For things that you never want to lose, the things that you never want to lose, your relationships or your wealth or your property, you keep things connected to it in the southwest. Everything connected to life force, new ideas, clarity of mind, concentration, spirituality, such things should be kept in the northeast. That's why people have their temples built in the northeast, facing northeast. And this is the long and short of it, right? But then there are things that you can't have it your way everywhere. So there are certain talismans that you use. What is talisman? The word comes from the word talisman, which is an Arabic word, and talisman means magic. Now, there's nothing called magic unless you believe into it. So I'm just talking about Hinduism. So this is a talisman called swastik. Swastik means, su means good, asti means hai, that is exist. Things, when you don't have your house built according to the Vastu, what you do, you put in the wrong, the blocked regions a swastik of the concerned, of a specific metal. For example, if things are not right in the south portion, you put copper swastik, which means everything is fine, right? You are basically telling bad energies that all is well. Get off my property. So because these are represent four directions: northeast, southeast, southwest, northwest. Everything is fine. So if a bad energy comes, please go. Om, if you put it in on the tonoscope, is representative of 432 frequency, 432 hertz frequency. So it's pretty much a frequency, it's the visual representation of the divine energy that you get from the northeast region. So put Om in the northeast region if things are feeling, if they feel blocked, so and so forth. And yeah, never forget to leave the middle portion of your house open. There should be ample space here. Don't put a big dining table or anything that can block things. If at all, put a holy plant like tulsi. And if you don't have it, no problem, but keep it open and spacious. So this is how simple it is. Yeah, so if nothing else happens, things will look prettier. You have to throw away three things not three things. You've got to throw away all things that are not working, whether electronic or plastics. Of course, plastic has to be thrown away ASAP. And then all those other things which are not in use, if they haven't been in use until now, you obviously don't like them enough. They won't be in use even in future. And keep your northeast region as open and light as possible, and this region as covered as possible. Don't let those infrared and gamma rays come inside your house from the south and west portion. This portion is where things are harshest, they are jaded. So keep it blocked through curtains or long trees outside your house, or anything else. Use your creativity. And of course, this place can be the northeast portion, it's better if you don't have long boundary walls. It has a slope, and this one is thicker and it is higher. Rest of the, as far as the decoration is concerned, you can do it on your own. There's a lot of room for creativity, personal creativity. Other things like using colored tapes and mirrors is something that you can delve on your own. If you do this much also, things are going to be great. All right, bye.